I'm Jennifer Keller, the Programming Coordinator at the Westport Library with Westport Poet Laureate Anne Lohman.
Good morning, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming. April is National Poetry Month, and this year you may have been seeing the hashtag Shelter in Poetry campaign. So those of us at Westport Library are celebrating the art of the poem. Thank you, Diane, for joining me today. Is there a poem that you turn to during tougher times, say like, I don't know, during a pandemic? And would you share it with me?
I'm stuck at home and going, worried about everybody and everything. Yes, and again, thank you for having me so much, and I'm glad you're well. This poem is called The Raincoat, and it's by Ada Limon, and I wish that I could take credit for having discovered it or, found it, but I have to say that my son, who is studying for his MFA in poetry, sent this to me. And when I first saw it, I thought, gee, thanks, he's sending me a poem about a raincoat. But, excuse me, I hope it will be clear why he sent it to me and why I love it so much, especially in difficult times. So The Raincoat by Ada Limon. When the doctor suggested surgery and a brace for my youngest years, my parents scrambled to take me to massage, to deep tissue work, osteopathy, and soon my crooked spine unspooled a bit. I could breathe again and move more in a body unclouded by pain. My mom would tell me to sing songs to her the whole 45-minute drive to Middle 2 Rock Road and 45 minutes back from physical therapy. She'd say, even my voice sounded unfettered by my spine afterward. So I sang and sang because I thought she liked it. I never asked her what she gave up to drive me or how her day was before this chore. Today, at her age, I was driving myself home from yet another spine appointment, singing along to some maudlin but solid song on the radio. And I saw Mom take off her raincoat and give it to her young daughter when a storm took over the afternoon. My God, I thought, my whole life, I've been under her raincoat, thinking somehow it was a marvel that I never got wet.
Oh,
Raincoat by Ada Limon.
Thank you, Diane. That was gorgeous.
Thank you. Apropos on today, especially.
It is raining very hard right now. Would you also share a poem that you've written while staying at home during this pandemic?
Sure. And as you mentioned, it is National Poetry Month. And even though I write a haiku every day, normally I've been especially focusing this month because of, to honor the month. And the lovely thing, one of the lovely things that the pandemic gave me, as there have been many silver linings, is it gave me a theme for the whole month. So everything I've written and I'm writing for this month, guess what the theme is? COVID-19. And as you know, I'm sure most of them, all of them I pair with photographs. So I'll just read what I have, but you have to imagine a photograph going with it. So I'll read 3 if that's okay, since they're haiku and they're short. So this was after I saw a half of a birthday card lying in the street signed by a mom to her son. Throwback to a time when celebrations happened with cake in person. And this one is actually today's, and this was when I've seen about 100,000 purple non-latex gloves in the parking lots of Stop and Shop and all over the streets. People seem to take them off and throw them away after they wear them. Purple evidence, irresponsibility, apathetic sloth. And this one I wrote, I was looking at a cut-off tree and the circles in the tree indicating the tree's age. And I was wondering what history would write about this pandemic, you know, how it would look many years to come when reflected back. What will this look like in 100 or more years? What will the books say? So those are the 3 coronavirus inspired haiku.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
So, if someone decided that they really wanted to try writing poetry during this time, what advice would you give them?
I mean, that's such a great question. And I think, again, a silver lining of this craziness is that people are trying more new and different things to take up their time or to express how they feel about this. And as I think I said to you when we chatted about this, I would be very cliche and say what Nike says, which is just do it. I think poetry is best when it comes from a place without overthinking and thinking about, well, I'm not a poet, and do I have a certain rhyme scheme, and is this correct, right? It's almost like a journal. Just spit it out, write it down, and if you want to play with it and edit and reshape later, that's fine. But especially now when our feelings are so strong and we do have, you know, so many of us are struggling, I think it's a perfect time just to get a pen, get a napkin, a notepad, anything, and just spew. for that's a literary term, I think.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Diane. And thank everybody at the Westport Library community for watching this. For more author videos and information about the Westport Library and its services, remember to visit westportlibrary.org. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and be well, everybody. Thank you. Have a good day.